Right now, it is my pleasure to introduce another political candidate this morning, and we're not going to be talking about school board. We're going to be talking about the assessor of property, and Derrick T. Hammond is the Democratic nominee. He'll be on the ballot August 1st, and early voting as well. Derrick Hammond, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Coleman. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad to welcome you to our program.
I was excited when you gave me the call.
What we normally do is let the person that we're talking to tell us a little bit about themselves, and I'll just ask it of you. Who is Derrick Hammond?
So Derrick is I'm a husband. I am a dad. I'm a concerned citizen, and so that is more than anything why I decided to run for assessor of property. So I'm just your average guy. I'm not a politician. I'm a professional. Been in the assessment field for approximately 28 years, 25 years on the public sector side, and now the last 3 years or so on the private sector.
Tell us a little bit about your background. I think obviously you live in Wilson County. You couldn't run for office here, but tell us a little bit about Derrick Hammond.
That is correct. So my family and I moved here in June of 2020. So we've been here now 4 years. And as far as my background is concerned, I'm originally from Jackson, Tennessee. So I'm a West Tennessee guy. Cut my teeth at the Madison County Assessor's Office when I was in college, and so worked there during the summers during college. And then after I finished school, the assessor, J. Ray Height, had a job for me. And so I knew my dad worked manufacturing. I knew I didn't want to do that. I wanted a Monday through Friday, and so I could build a family and spend time with my family. And so, hey, assessment has been good for me. I've worked for several different assessors' offices, as well as the comptroller of Treasury. And as I stated now, I am a senior manager tax consultant.
Well, why are you running for assessor of property?
So my why is, first and foremost, I'm a concerned citizen. Secondarily, just like everyone else, when we received our assessment change notices in 2021, I looked at mine, purchased the house in 2020. He hit the nail on the head as far as my value was concerned. But because of my background, Coleman, I immediately started looking at other property owners to ensure equity amongst property owners and their taxes that they were paying. And so I immediately noticed that there is a lot of escape of taxation out there, and that concerned me. And I am fiscally conservative, so that caught my attention. And so for me, it was concerning because nobody really wants to have to pay somebody else's share.
Why do you believe you're the best candidate?
So I believe I'm the best candidate, first and foremost, because of my nearly 30 years of experience. I have done it all in the property assessment field. One of the things that has come out is Jason Mumpower, comptroller of the Treasury, has spoken about Wilson County, as well as other counties, losing tax dollars due to their reappraisal cycle. I've ran reappraisal cycles in Davidson County. A matter of fact, I assisted with the reappraisal cycle way back when Jimmy Locke was assessor of property. So I've been around quite a long time. That was when I was working for the Division of Property Assessments. And so I understand the ins and outs of property assessments. I understand the ins and outs of valuation. I understand exactly what the Division of Property Assessments is looking for when you operate a reappraisal program. So because of that, and because I want to ensure that every Wilson County resident pays their fair share of taxes.
Well, now you are the Democratic nominee, the incumbent is the Republican nominee. The two of you, of course, will be on the ballot, and one of you will be elected the next assessor of property. What's it been like campaigning so far? You no doubt have you campaigned prior to the primary, and then now you're hitting the road and knocking on doors and doing your thing, being here with us as the general election approaches.
And it has been very informative. There have been, of course, some very warm and welcoming people that are happy to have the conversation. There have been some that don't quite understand the process and are more focused on the presidential election. Excuse me. But what I often share with them is in my opinion, the most important elected official is your local assessor. They affect your property taxes, and the work that they do affects the county budget as well. The work that the assessor does makes up approximately 46% of the county budget. So it's important that that assessor does a great job of valuing all properties. And so that's the message that I'm sharing with people. It has been well received. And when I talk about escaping taxation due to below market values, that really piques individuals' attention.
Okay, it is time for us to take a break. And if you just joined us, Derrick Hammond is my guest. He is the Democratic nominee for Assessor of Property. And we'll talk more after this break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford, get that regular oil change, $39.95, up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, $17.80, Franklin Road. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. This Frank's been out here for a while on 40 westbound, just past Fessler's, long enough to really cause some pretty good delays down through here coming in from Donaldson on 40 westbound. It's Spence Lane all the way up to Fessler's. Traffic's on the increase now down 65 southbound over here at Trinity Lane as it continues to build up through Antioch on 24 westbound coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. Nash Painting, a non-franchise painting company, mention this ad, get a 10% discount. Call Nash Painting today, 912-2288. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Your 401k is likely one of your most important assets, but it's only one part of a comprehensive retirement strategy. Edward Jones can help you understand how your retirement assets fit into your entire retirement picture, so you can work toward meeting your unique retirement goals. Contact me, John Langford, your Lebanon Edward Jones financial advisor at 1424 West Bedore Parkway. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we continue. Welcome back. We will say here on this Wednesday, Derrick Hammond is my guest. Derrick T. Hammond, Democratic nominee for Assessor of Property. Now, let's talk a little bit about the job that the assessor does, and then I'm going to ask you why you think you can do a better job. I mean, that's why you're running. If you weren't running, you either want to make some change or you think you can do a better job. But what does the assessor do, and how can you do it better?
Okay, thank you. First of all, the assessor is responsible for valuing all property in Wilson County, whether it be this radio station, whether it be our homes, whether it be our local grocery store, whether it be the retail mall that we shop. And so, as I stated earlier, the reason the assessor's job is so important is the work that the assessor does makes up 46% of the budget, Coleman. And so when you stop and think about that significant contribution to our county, then that is sizable. And so when you stop and think about that is a monumentous task. And one of the reasons I am running and the reason that I believe I'm the better candidate is my platform: fairness and equity, transparency and accountability, efficiency and modernization, community engagement, ethical and unbiased assessments, and self-sufficiency. And I want to talk about community engagement for just one reason. We saw it recently with Tucker's Crossroad. They were concerned about the industrial development that was planned for their area. They unified, they focused on a task, and they accomplished their goal, which was to push back development. And I'm all for responsible development, but as I had spoken with that group, we've got property out on 840, we've got property out on Golden Bear Parkway that hasn't been finished out yet. So to go out there and to put that impact on that community, I understand why they were so concerned. Matter of fact, I live between Old Lebanon Dirt Road and Division, and right now we've got a road widening going on that is affecting the property owners. So we need an active community, and more than anything right now, we need to be self-sufficient. And what I mean by that is we don't need to be dependent upon the Division of Property Assessment and the Comptroller of the Treasury to perform our reappraisal cycles. As I stated earlier, I was with the division when we assisted Jimmy Locke with his reappraisal. And so I understand the process, I understand what they're doing, but ultimately at the end of the day, you can't teach what you don't know. And what I know is property assessments. And I've had the opportunity to meet Assessor Goodall, and I think he's a great guy. And I would vote for him all day, every day if he was running for sheriff, because that's his background. I think he has approximately 18 years in law enforcement. And so what I am doing is I am providing Wilson Countyans the opportunity to vote for someone who is specifically qualified for this position.
All right.